Today's the day I finally get to unveil my vision for small wonders. No longer is it a unique gift shop just like all the other unique gift shops. This one now features things you can't find anywhere else. Courtesy of you raiding garage sales? That would be too expensive. I wait until people throw out what they couldn't get rid of at their garage sale. True, it involves sitting in an idling car across the street for several hours, but the results speak for themselves. Well, Jackie, I have to admit you have a lot of very particular items in your store. That's what Ralph said, the exact same way you just said it. Speaking of Ralph, is he coming over for the grand reopening? After work. He still has a lot to do with his new position. Hey, Teach, where do I sit?
Okay, Mason. 1, I'm no longer a teacher. I'm the dean of the business school. 2, this is my office, not a classroom. And 3, sit down and we'll go over profit margins again.
Jackie, I'm happy you're getting to enact your vision for this store, but you have a very eclectic selection of items here. Don't you worry you'll have trouble attracting enough customers to... Will you just look at this freaky hot mess of a doll? I have got to get it! Just look at this doll, Mom. Have you ever seen such an utterly disturbing face? It looks like Annabelle landed the role of Miss Havisham. I can't wait to see my friends' reactions to it. What about the reactions of those who have to live with it? Hey, Aunt Jackie, how much of a niece's discount do I get at your store? Oh, now this is awkward. I was at Jackie's reopening, and all I could think was how the store won't be a success. And then I thought, maybe it's that exact negativity and need for things to be just so that have prevented me from pursuing what I want. Maybe when I see something I like, I should just go for it no matter what anyone else says. Tell me you did not actually buy that. I most certainly did. It's magnificent or a mistake, but either way, it's the new centerpiece of my bedroom. Do we have to play Smash Bros with that thing watching us? Oh, you're gonna blame some doll for why I'm kicking your butt? It's just so, look at it. Freaky, huh? That's why I got it. Well, that and my aunt was guilted into giving me a 20% discount. Psst. At least your cat has the right idea. Kitty likes staring at walls for hours on end. Clearly she prefers the simpler things in life.
Why is that freaky doll on the kitchen table, and why do we keep buying plain bagels when the everything kind is the exact same price?
Which is the bigger concern here, Ted?
Hey, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel. Hey, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel. No bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, no bagel, yeah.
Hill, why did you put this little monster of a doll on the kitchen table? I didn't do it. Then how did it get here? Kitty probably dragged it here. Don't cats usually leave gifts of dead mice or decapitated birds? And I can't believe I'd prefer either one of those to this on our table. She's an indoor cat, Mom. She gives what she can. So something pretty weird happened this morning. That freaky doll I got suddenly showed up in a different part of the house. Maybe Kitty moved it, but I think it's too big for her. Heed my warning! That doll is evil!
Evil!
Isn't it a little early to dress for Halloween, Nona? And why are you going as an old woman? I'm Baba from Spirited Away. You know, you say you love anime, but then you don't recognize a famous character. You know, Faye, when I saw this doll in my aunt's shop, it's like it was, well, speaking to me. Yeah, I can see that. You know what? We should use this doll to make a short Halloween film. Something for extra credit.
You really think school will give us credit for ripping off Annabelle?
Well, we won't call it that. We'll name the doll. I feel like it's whispering Helena to me, but I'm going to ignore that for now. Jackie, you know that odd-looking doll you sold to Hill? My first customer. I love that girl. Well, I bought it for her, so technically I was your first customer. Fine, Sally. Any success I have or ever will have is all because of you. Are you happy? I feel like we've taken a hard right turn into a conversation I really don't want to have. I know it's only 10 a.m., but you can take your lunch break now. Did you feel there was something strange about that doll you sold Hillary? It's no stranger than any of the other stuff I sell in my store. Have you seen the other stuff you sell here? It's like the Island of Misfit Toys if all the toys had demon eyes. Speaking of that island, why was the little Dolly banished there? I always figured because she dared to be a woman and they couldn't handle that. I bet she saw Santa do something she shouldn't have and he had to quiet her fast. Hello, faithful viewer. This October, we at the Fourth Household are bringing something a little different into your own homes. Something unnerving, something unsettling, something so inexplicable, like Nona is filming this intro in portrait mode. Different aspect ratios define different moods and settings. Okay, when did this doll get on my desk?
Why what?
That wasn't me. It was the cat hawking all the blankets again. Mom, Dad, did you hear a voice?
I'm sure it was nothing.
Why is the hallway floor so wet? Ooh, maybe it's blood.
Okay, 1, why would it be blood? And 2, why would you want blood?
Because it would be perfect for my horror short.
Oh, right. Would it help if we got some lighting?
Would you mind filming here in the bathroom instead, for insurance purposes?
Well, that explains where the water on the floor is coming from.
Except the water on the floor is being flushed back into the toilet.
Oh.
You know, say what you will, but that is really impressive for an almost 15-year-old toilet. And I'll make sure to highlight that when I put our house up for sale tonight. First the noises, then the burst pipes, and now all the glasses in the kitchen are shattered. And most of these were inside the cabinets. Something freaky is going on.
Okay, let's all calm down.
Calm down? The calm ones always get the worst in these scenarios.
I admit, this is getting strange, but I have an idea. Do you remember the movie Paranormal Activity 3?
Is that the one where they should have fled the house, or is that the one where they should have fled the house?
It's the one that takes place in the 80s.
The family attaches a VHS camera to an oscillating fan so they can get a full view of any possible specters in the kitchen. So I decided to attach a small camera to the blade of our kitchen ceiling fan. Then I just turned the fan on with the remote and click. Wow! If that camera survived the crash through our window and the gazelters next door, that's gonna be some cool video. By the way, if it helps, that was our old flip camera, because seriously, when's the last time we used that? Okay, Dad, you have to admit some otherworldly entity must have shattered all the glasses in the kitchen and then rearranged shards into a word on the counter.
I just don't think there's a reason to panic.
So you're not worried you're coming across as the typical male horror movie character who puts his need to appear strong and reassuring over reason, thereby dooming all he holds dear? Where exactly are you showing this film of yours, Hill? First classroom for extra credit, then local theater to build buzz, then we break wide on the festival circuit. Why are strange things suddenly happening in our house? I bet it's Grandma's fault. What? It's like all those horror movies in which some grandma promises her future generations to evil in return for untold wealth and power. That tracks. My mom is not in league with evil! Well, not in league exactly. Maybe more like a limited liability partnership.
Boom. Roasted.
Why? Okay, that's it. We're getting out of here.
Why? Has the warranty on my brain expired, or is the house flashing different colors?
Let's figure that out 6 states over in our new home.
Why?
Who's saying that? Why do the lights keep changing colors?
Just keep fleeing!
Why? Quick, run to a neighbor's house for safety.
Why?
And this is when we realized we should have made friends with at least one of our neighbors. We could drive to my sister's, but the car's back at the house, and I think Jackie's upset with me. Can someone please hold Kitty? I'm having trouble framing this shot.
Why?
So there's nowhere we can run to for safety?
Well, Why? I guess there is one house. There's a family on our driveway. You're right. There is some family just standing in our driveway. Hi, can I help you? What are you doing on our property in the middle of the night? I said, what are you doing at my house in the middle of the night? Okay, if you all want to get crazy, we can get... Oh, it's the fourths. I'll get the baseball bat. Why? Ted, it's 2 a.m. Why are you here? It's just that, well, the fact of the matter is, our house is haunted. Why? I'm sorry. What? I know it sounds ridiculous, but look outside. Look at all the weird colored lights coming from our house. Why? That's just your Alexa going haywire with your colored lights. I don't have Alexa light bulbs. I mean, I do, but I could never get them to work, and I certainly wouldn't have programmed anything to keep saying that. Why? I knew that noise was coming from their house. I knew disturbing equals fourths. Ted, this all sounds a little nuts. I know, but please. Why? You don't know what it's been like in our house the last few days. We just need a safe space just for tonight. And if not for us, then just imagine what our daughter must be going through. I'm sorry. What? We're going to find out how my house got possessed, Faye. Duncan said no 4 times already, but Bree already created ritual robes for reasons I still don't want to know. So wait, you're saying your house is haunted? Or possessed? Or Revenant Central? All I know is ever since that scary doll. Ted, that's it! That doll must be responsible for all this. Oh, I am so going to kill my sister. It took you this long to make the connection between a scary doll and your home's demonic possession? Well, it's easy to think clearly when you don't have a reverse flood in your hallway. Ted, will you look at this blonde flooring? It's the exact same I want for our house. You really think that doll is responsible for everything? Doesn't that sound bizarre? Bizarre like our house repeatedly screaming why and Hill. Even you now think that doll is disturbing, right, sweetie? Where is Hill? Hill? Hillary? Oh, no!
Oh, yeah!
Why? Avengers, assemble. On your left. By the way, can I remind everyone again how terrified I am of horror stories? Why? You know, when a house starts asking questions, the only correct answer is goodbye. We have to find out who's possessing my house. Oh, and if you can all capture B-roll on your phones, that would be great. Question: why did you bring the cat? My folks are always saying Kitty talks, argues, or collaborates with the ghosts in our house, so I thought she could help. I don't know if your family should be the talk or the pariahs of this town. Okay, see? Kitty knows something is up. Sss, gee, do you think it could be that? Why? That is eerily beautiful. Are you looking at what I'm looking at? Why not come inside? Okay, that isn't right. Anyone else literally being sucked into the house? You don't think Hillary went back to the house, do you? Of course she did. Maybe to fight it. Almost certainly to film it. Well, no untold horror is harming my family. Give me that bat. I'm ending this now. By the way, why were you carrying a baseball bat? Your family was on our driveway, and, well, your husband just rubs me the wrong way. Okay, what's the plan? I keep bashing that demon-riddled doll with this bat until it's just brimstone and hair yarn. I've got a whole bunch of bats I was supposed to return to the Little League after I quit, so we can all, Ted? All right, where is that chatty Cathy hellspawn? Living room. Can't miss her. Thank you. Jenny, what are you doing here? I should ask why you weren't here. I had to take my family to safety. Then they, all ran back. Mr. Forth, you can't run away from your fears. Facing your fears builds courage. It builds confidence. And it makes life a true adventure, not simply a sad matter of lost time and regret. You know, I miss our Little League pep talk exchanges. Me too. You also know this may be our last night on Earth, right? Wait, how did we end up inside the house? She might be responsible. Why?
I said get rid of that doll. I said let's not go back to the house. When will you people realize I'm the voice of reason in all this? You know, that giant doll is just the sort of thing we should have built after the werewolf statues. Okay, first, how did the doll get so huge? It must be feeding off the energy of this house, but it couldn't be simply electrical. Hill said the cat senses spirits in this house. The doll must have picked up on that and convinced Hill to take her home. So now we have to figure out how to sever the connection between the doll and house on a corporeal and phantasmal level. I feel like we should say something, or at least echo the last part of what they say, so it's like we're thinking the same thing. Let's just let the geniuses talk. Hill! Kids! We're here! Everyone get... Why? Remember our usual types of adventures? Like when I tried to grow a vegetable garden? And your mom made fun of my small wrists. Wait, why is that my go-to memory? Hill, we saw each of you screaming from a different room. We haven't left the living room. The house must have made you see that so you'd enter and be trapped too.
Well, we would have run in anyway.
Mom, quick! When you bought this place, did they say if it was built on a cemetery where they only moved the headstones, on the site of multiple murders, or on the very lip of Hellmouth? We, actually just checked for asbestos and mold. What we should have checked was the electrical, plumbing, and gas, because those kitchen Reno guys really Okay, focus. The doll keeps asking why. Maybe why am I alive, or why did you do this to me? It's not the doll asking that, it's whatever is possessing it. You know the doll removed your second floor so it could get that big, right? Kitty's nails have passed my epidermis. Every toy I have is going in a locked box in a well under magma. Saved by the bell. Oh wait, doll's still in full control. Coming! You're going to answer the door now? Maybe it's help. Besides, it can't possibly be worse than what's already inside the house. Trick or treat! Oh, for the love of... Trick or treat! Are you kidding me? First, for the umpteenth year in a row, you're early. Second, it's 4 a.m. And third, in case you haven't noticed, we're all a little doomed right now. Is that a giant doll repeatedly screaming why and looming over all you hold dear in the living room? Why, yes it is. Sounds like an otherworldly presence struggling with unfinished business. Have you asked what it desires, needs, or misses with such great longing? I'm not sure. Hill, have we had a heart-to-heart with the destructive demonic force yet? Nona, Bree, can we do that? On it. They're on it. Thanks for the tip. So, do I get some Halloween candy now? Actually, we haven't bought any yet, but I can make you a sandwich if Zool isn't in our fridge. Everyone hold hands. It will make our bond stronger, although also make it harder to run away. What unfinished business is haunting you, spirit? Why do you keep asking why? Why are you here? Why won't you leave? This is my place now, as it was and forever shall be. Sal, did we do a reverse mortgage with the doll? Start talking, demon! Though at a lower volume because, neighbors. This was my home, but then my children said I could no longer live alone. They sold it against my wishes. They took me away from everything I built, everything I am. But they also got me into a community center, which was nice. And there I learned how to transfer my spirit to my childhood doll. And I went from family to family, always getting closer, until I sensed my home with your daughter. That is so sad. Unless she owned the house as a doll, then that is so inexplicable. Is it me, or are we cramming a lot of last-minute exposition in this third act? Okay, doll, I have a proposition. How about this, spirit? You no longer possess the doll, you stop all destructive tendencies, and you can haunt our house so long as you never float headless or do anything before 10 a.m. on weekends. Why should I ever trust another family again? Okay, how about every Halloween you get to turn our oaks into whomping trees and make our front door look like an evil portal? Ted? Deal. We have a deal. I shall leave, but I will never, ever go. Poof. Is it really over? Well, we no longer hear the doll screaming why. Now we just hear our neighbors screaming bloody murder and sirens. Probably the cops our folks called wondering where we are at 4 a.m. The doll. Is it just a doll again? I think so, but her possessor's spirit will forever be with us. I just hope we can all live together in peace and...
You removed the Hoosier cabinet flour sifter that made this kitchen.
Though as we all learn, the spirit's a little combative.
Tell me you're not thinking open concept kitchen. Everyone lives to regret these things.
My friend, you have seen this incident based on sworn testimony. Can you prove that it didn't happen? Perhaps on your way home, you will pass some store, you will see an item, and you will never know the sheer terror it brings. Good night. Cut, print, and question. I don't remember any two-story doll. And if any of us snuck out at 3 a.m., we'd be grounded until we started receiving AARP mailings. And why wouldn't the spirit just possess you instead? Then at least it would be mobile. And if you said there are already ghosts in the house, then who are those spirits? And why would a ghost keep asking why instead of just telling us why? This will all be answered in the movie commentary we're not making! Are you sure you buried that doll deep enough?
I can always dig some more.
Okay, I accidentally hit a sewer main, so I'm pretty sure the doll drowned. Excellent. We should probably call someone about our backyard now.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?